I don't know why I'm writing this. I'm not a forum guy, but I'm alone out here, and I have to tell someone, anyone, just to get it out of my own head. So if I do go crazy, at least there's a record of it. I torched my life about a month ago. Job, apartment, relationship, the whole thing. I'm an architect, or at least I was. Had a full-blown burnout. The kind that leaves you feeling hollowed out. You know, that horrible feeling. I just needed to quit. Needed to start over. I found this listing online. A house going for practically nothing. The catch was its location. The middle of nowhere. In a derelict 60s housing development. After research, they definitely went bust. The town's name is Ethelberg. Sounded perfect. A place where the world couldn't find me. When I got there, it was even deader than I imagined. A ghost town of asphalt and weeds. Perfectly laid out streets that led nowhere. Rusted streetlights standing like skeletal sentinels. All the houses are identical. These sad little copy-pasted boxes. All of them empty and rotting. Except for mine. Mine was clean. Too clean. Like someone had been here a week ago and scrubbed the place down. The first few days were bliss. The silence. I'd forgotten what real silence was. Not city quiet, which is just a low hum. This was a deep, heavy quiet that felt like it was pressing on my eardrums. I started unpacking, slowly. Started feeling like a human again. That's when the little thing started. The first thing, it was a picture frame. An old photo of my parents. I'd put it on the mantelpiece, over the brick fireplace. One evening, I'm walking to the kitchen to get a drink. I stop. I pick up the frame and I move it. Maybe 4 inches to the left. The thing is, I don't remember deciding to do it. My hand just did it. Like an autopilot thing. You know, like when you're driving and you suddenly realize you don't remember the last 5 miles. But after I did it, after the frame was in its new spot, I felt this wave of calm relief. Like an itch I didn't know I had was finally scratched. I figured, okay, whatever. Stress, nerves. It's a new place. I'm just settling in. A few nights later, I woke up. Not because of a noise. I just woke up. Eyes wide open in the pitch black. I wasn't in my bed. I was standing in the kitchen. The linoleum was ice cold under my feet. It took me a second to figure out where I was. I hadn't turned on the light. The only light was the pale moonlight filtering through the window over the sink. And I saw what I'd done. Every can of food I owned. I'd taken every single one out of the pantry. Tuna, corn, beans, soup, all of it. And I'd stacked them, not just in a pile. I'd built a perfect, symmetrical pyramid on the countertop. It was flawless. I have no memory of doing this. None. The last thing I remember is reading in my bed and turning off the light. And the scariest part, the part that's really messing with my head, is that my first reaction wasn't fear. It was satisfaction. I looked at the pyramid of cans in the dark, and some quiet, calm part of my brain just went, there, that's better. The panic didn't hit until I was back in bed, shivering. Am I sleepwalking? I've never sleepwalked in my life, but maybe stress can trigger it. A new environment. I kept trying to find a logical reason. I had to, because the alternative was just not impossible. But it kept happening. It's still happening. I'm not just sleepwalking anymore. I find myself doing things during the day. I'll be in the middle of something and I'll just zone out. I'll come to and I'll find I've spent the last hour organising the books on my shelves. Not by the author, not by the title, by the exact shade of their colour, from lightest to darkest. I found myself on my hands and knees in the bathroom, scrubbing the grout between the tiles with the toothbrush until it was pristine white. I don't remember starting. I just wake up in the middle of it, my back aching, with that same weird, creepy feeling of a job well done. I'm becoming obsessive. That's the only rational explanation. The isolation is getting to me, triggering some latent OCD I never knew I had. My whole day is consumed by it now. Everything has to be perfect, symmetrical. If a coaster is off center on the coffee table, it's not just annoying. It feels wrong, physically wrong. I get this knot in my stomach, this rising anxiety that doesn't go away until I fix it. The problem is, it's working. The burnout, the anxiety, the reason I came here in the first place. It's gone. It's been replaced by this obsession with order. It's like my brain has traded one illness for another, and the new one is much quieter, so much calmer. I tried to fight it. I swear I did. 3 days ago, I decided, fuck this. I'm not a slave to this. I deliberately messed up the living room. I left a coffee cup on the floor. I tossed a book onto the sofa instead of putting it back on the shelf. I tried to just live in it, to be a normal, messy human being. I thought I was going to die. It started with a headache, a dull throb behind my eyes. Then a noise started, a low, deep hum. So low it was more of a feeling than a sound. It was like the house was vibrating. It made my teeth ache. I lay on my bed for hours, curled up in a ball, sweating. The pressure in my head building and building. I felt like my skull was going to crack open. I couldn't take it. Around dawn, I gave up. I got up, my head pounding, and I cleaned the living room. I put the cup in the sink. I put the book back on the shelf, in its correct colour-coded spot. I straightened the rug. The second I finished, the instant the room was back in perfect order, it stopped. The headache vanished. The humming cut out. Just silence. And that wave of calm washed over me again. It's not just in my head. It can't be. OCD doesn't give you a physical, vibrating hum in your house. It doesn't stop the second you align your books. This is something else. This house, this place, it's not just a building. It's a system. And it has rules. And I'm learning that breaking them has consequences. And then tonight happened. The thing that made me write this. I was in the bathroom, washing my face. I looked up at my reflection in the mirror, and I saw my hand, my right hand. It started to lift. I didn't tell it to. I tried to stop it. I swear to God. I focused all of my will on telling my arm to stay down, but it was like it wasn't mine anymore. It was like watching someone else's arm attached to my shoulder. It moved slowly, deliberately. I watched, frozen in horror, as my own index finger touched my forehead, and it started to draw. It started to draw an invisible pattern on my own skin, a spiral with straight lines coming from it, like a stylized sun. I could feel the light pressure of my own nail. I was staring at my own eyes in the mirror, wide with terror, and I couldn't do a single thing to stop it. I was a prisoner to my own body. It probably lasted 10 seconds. It felt like an hour. Then it stopped. My arm dropped to my side. I had control again. I shakily raised my own hand to my forehead. There was nothing there. No mark. No scratch. But I know what happened. I saw it. I felt it. It's not just about the things in the house anymore. It's not about arranging books or cans. It started arranging me. I should leave. I know that. A sane person would be packing a bag right now and driving until the sun came up. But I can't. The thought of leaving this house, of leaving anything out of place, it fills me with a kind of dread that's worse than the fear itself. The thought of the headache, of the humming, and there's something else. The real reason I'm still here. Since this started, since I've been following these rituals, I've been productive. I'm an architect. I design things. I hadn't been able to draw a straight line for 6 months. My creativity was gone, burned out. The other night, after one of the arranging episodes, I sat down at my drafting table and I started to draw. It just flowed out of me. The lines were perfect. The concepts were clear. Brilliant. In a few hours, I designed a structure more elegant and complex than anything I'd managed in my entire career. It was effortless. I wasn't even thinking. I was just the hand holding the pencil. I looked at the finished drawing and I felt that same familiar feeling, that deep, profound satisfaction, the feeling of perfect order. I think I understand now. This house isn't haunting me. It doesn't want to hurt me. It's fixing me. It's taking all the messy, chaotic human parts of me. The anxiety, the depression, the unpredictable spark of creativity, and it's cleaning them up. It's sanding them down. It's putting them in order. It's emptying me of the chaos and filling me with purpose, with structure. And that's the part that terrifies me more than anything else. A part of me wants to let it. A part of me is so tired of the mess.